What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram follow. Why is my camera not set? This is upsetting me. Camera, beast. There you go. All right, come on, come on. Okay, I think it's set. What up, what up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Just Chillin podcast, call-in edition. How's everybody doing? Of course, if you remember, the link is already available to you via the member page on YouTube. You go into community notes, and that's what it's going to be. Shout out to everybody in here. We got Logan's Giant Zone, Mike Nixon, Levans, Jaden the Champ, Football Talk with Benny, Tony B, Braden, Big Heart, Sundays in here, Miz and Nate. Not much for me to say in terms of it, like an introduction, like I usually do. Before I go ahead and bring on the callers, it's just that we're in week 3. It's time for me and us as a collective to get over week 2 and look forward to week 3 and hope for something good. I mean, there ain't much to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, what up, Simon, Sarcone, Supertage World, and Mini Guy in here as well. I mean, yeah, I think I might just hop into bringing on the callers. And yeah, here is the link for anybody that does want to call in. To my knowledge, there's not really even that much Giants news to talk about. Daniel Jones was PFF Offensive Player of the Week. Kenny Gotti cleared up who he was yelling at on the sideline. It was Jason Garrett. It wasn't Daniel Jones. I think Kadarius Toney and Joe Judge had a talk, according to Judge, what you would call it, that the Instagram post had nothing to do with the Giants, which I think is very convenient. Which is a way of me saying I don't believe him at all. And yeah, in terms of news, there's not really much. I'm going to assume until we get an official injury report and who's or a report on who's playing, who isn't playing, I'm going to assume that Evan Ingram is going to be back on Sunday. I'm assuming we're going to have a good amount of people back, but I mean, we'll see what happens. That being said, what up, Logan? First caller in here. What's up, man? How you doing?
This is our guy, bro. I've been telling people for a year.
Daniel Jones is the guy, huh? What up, T6 year, Raj?
If we could take anything positive out of last week, well, one positive, I didn't kill myself. Second positive, Daniel Jones looked good.
That first positive is something, huh? What about the offensive line, bro?
The offensive line against one of the best front sevens in the league looked great. Kyle Rudolph broke Chase Young's rib cage, so everything was awesome.
That chip block was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't cry a lot, man, but that game made it happen, bro.
You cried?
Yeah, bro.
Like during or after the game?
I don't cry. Like, I'm the person, I just don't cry that much. Like, some people think I don't have emotions, but that game literally made me cry.
Listen, man, I teared up, bro. I was sad and depressed over that game for a solid 4 days afterwards. Sober Potty T6 in here. What's up, guys?
So, what's your feelings on this Atlanta game? I'm going this a little bit confident, but I want to get your thoughts first.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get to see the Falcons play week 2, so I can't just judge them off of week 1, right, where they looked absolutely terrible. I'm gonna assume they looked a little better week 2. As of right now, I still think we may be the better team. So I'm gonna say there's no reason we should lose this game, but there was no reason we should have lost against Washington as well. So I'm really not sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big Pat Sports Talk in the building. What's up, man? How you doing? Guys, go over there, check him out, sub him up. But yeah, what about you? Like, did you get to catch the Atlanta game? I think they were playing Tampa Bay in week 2.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch it because it wasn't on my local station, but I heard they got demolished. They almost came back, but they got smacked. If our defense shows up, which I think they're finally going to show up this week after getting smashed in 2 straight weeks, my score prediction is 17-30 Giants.
Giants?
17-30 Giants.
But you said our defense is going to get smashed. How is our defense smashed if they only give up 17 points? That's kind of like a defense from last year.
No, I'm saying I said I think they're going to show up after getting smacked 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, bad. So they actually go back to form then?
Yes, and hopefully they play man defense for once.
We'll see. I mean, they have 10 days, right? There's literally no excuse for the defense not to look like anything it looked like last year. Yes, we're missing Dalvin Thompson, and some people say like he's the reason it's not looking like that. I'm like, guys, one person, and Dalvin was a big part of the line. I made a whole video saying we should keep Dalvin. The fact that he got a good amount of double teams, he helped Leonard Williams get his sacks. The fact that he was a pocket pusher, obviously a great run stuffer, and that run stuffing ability helped out Blake. However, we replaced him with two people that should be able to do an average job down there. Dalvin Thompson was obviously a very good, great, even defensive lineman. We replaced him with, I'd say, good defensive linemen. So the drop-off shouldn't be the drop-off that we saw this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, the Giants are uploaded a how to train as a linebacker video featuring Blake Martinez. Your boy finna watch that. But, no. In your opinion, was Dalvin Tomlinson responsible for most of Leonard Williams last year?
No. I don't think you could ever say one player is responsible for the most of another player.
Mm-hmm. But here's my thoughts. I don't think he's 100% responsible, but the man took up so many double teams that it just Leonard Williams had so much free space. I mean, Leonard Williams.
Let's not exaggerate how many double teams he took up now. Yes, he did get attention down there, but it's not as if every single play this man was out here getting just absolutely bodied by the opposing offensive line.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but Miz agrees with me. He's in the chat. That's why, yeah, Miz says Tomlinson was the engine of this defense.
I already gave him a whole spiel on that.
Yeah.
What up, Ash? How you doing, man? In here as well.
But yeah, I mean, what's your score prediction for this game?
How much did the Falcons score against the Buccaneers?
28.
All right.
They scored 6 against the Eagles.
Let me go with 25-24, bro. 25-24 Giants, bro. We win by 1 point.
Bro, Saquon Barkley versus the world. That's all I got to say, bro. That was my most recent video.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, word? Listen,
yeah,
Logan.
I sent the video to you.
Listen, Logan, I know that you're a great supporter, but you know what I'm saying, bro? There's a Saquon Barkley tee out there called the Killer Bees.
I'm going to get
from the hub that I think you probably should be wearing if you say Saquon Barkley versus the world.
I really shouldn't have bought that Young Joker shirt. I should have gone for the Leonard Williams one, bro.
Well, both of them aren't showing up, but at least Leonard is actually getting involved in
yeah.
Joker is not even getting involved.
I just realized how rude that sounded, but I didn't mean it like that.
It'd be like that, bro. It's all good.
Apparently the Giants fan base was rated as one of the most fair weather fan bases in the league.
I thought it was negative, not fair weather.
I don't know.
Because they're two different things.
Yeah.
So I mean, I saw a tweet that said most negative, and I'm like, I don't blame them. You know what I mean? If it's fair weather, that I doubt a little bit. Because even though I'm so down on the team right now, I mean, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? You're still here. Everybody in the chat is still here. So I wouldn't say fair weather at all. But if it's negative, I don't disagree at all.
Yeah. Bro, Giants fans, Giants Twitter is the most, if you want to find a reason to be depressed, go on Giants Twitter.
Coach Dante is in here as well. I believe I met him on someone else's stream last week, I think it was. But yeah. Yeah, go ahead there. My bad.
No, you're good. Giants Twitter is one of the most depressing places of all time. Giants Twitter is down bad. I heard somebody say that Saquon Barkley needs to be dead or something. I'm like, bro, what are you on?
Saquon Barkley is what?
I heard some guy saying that he wants to kill Saquon. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I saw one that said somebody threatened Darius Slayton. I'm just like, yo,
there was a guy that said
Darius fans need to chill, bro. They went into Darius Slayton's DMs and Slayton posted on his story. He's like, all right, so if I ever die, you investigate this guy first. Oh, it was Big Pass Stream. Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, man! So I was mad after the loss, but you don't gotta Scott Norwood this dude. Don't send death threats.
Nobody should ever get a death threat.
There is because Raheem Mostert got injured. His fantasy owners added him and said, "Go kill yourself." I'm like, what is your guys' problem? It's just a fantasy match, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro. That's why you don't mess with fantasy people, bro.
I play fantasy, but I'm not crazy.
No, I play fantasy, but I'm not a fantasy person. As in, I don't cover fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't draft based off of, and when I draft, I'm like, you know what? I have a good feeling about this guy. There's no type of analytics that goes into it.
Coach Dante says, "What's up, Logan? I'm good, bro." Miz says, "Dude, Jets fans were booing Wilson Sunday in the stadium. Come on now."
He's a rookie. I mean, he did have a terrible game, but he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Zach Wilson looks younger than me, bro.
He
I
has a baby face syndrome. That's why.
my God, man. And then there's
Yo,
not.
Ash said Darius Slayton made me say a lot of things that could deny me entrance to heaven, but I'd never wish death on a player. No, I agree with him. I would never do that. Like that's crazy. That honestly, I don't know. That should be a criminal offense, man, because you're literally threatening someone's life.
I mean, yeah. There's not much else to talk about in the Giants community right now. Everyone's just so depressed. It's
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's not even really any news to talk about. All it is we hope they turned it around. They had more than ample amount of time, 10 days, and I'll be betting on them once again to try and get a W. But for sure, after this game, if they lose this one, you'll find me hard pressed within the next
if they
11 weeks to
lose
see
this
how
one, here comes the top 2 pick or something. If they lose this game, we cannot win a game on the schedule. It's just that. It's just gonna be that way.
we'll see, man. But hey, man, for now they still got my support. You know what I mean? I'm,
Yeah.
I'm still going into this game supporting them, so we'll see what's up with it. Edward
Uh,
Shannon here, what up, man?
Yo, I'm going into this game saying we have potential to blow them out if the defense shows up. But if we don't win this game, we're going 0-17.
If the defense shows, I don't know if the defense is even gonna show up, bro. That's the problem.
Hypothetically, if the defense and offense were both say we had Giants from last year's defense and last week's offense.
Logan, you don't need to say it because we've been saying that for years. We've been saying, what if we had 2015's offense with last year's defense? Like, come on now.
Oh man, I know, man. It's just depressing. I'm looking for anything, man, but it's not worth it. But yeah, that's about it, man. Thanks for having me on. I just figured I'd come on and talk for a few minutes.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in, bro. Have
I
a good
will
one.
buy the Killer Bees merch, bro.
A
As soon
word?
as possible. I will buy it.
Bet. Thank you for the shout out to the merch too, man. Have a good one, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Before I pop on the next person, Big Play Slay's in here as well. I see somebody asking, he's an op, bro, opposition. How does he have a mod? Well, he literally gained that by calling in. This man calls in almost every time. Is entertaining as all type of things. And well, he might have a little bit more to talk, but his Eagles lost against the 49ers, so we'll see what's up with that. Big Pat, what's up, man? How you doing? Rocking the Giants hat with the green screen, man. What's up?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you feeling after Thursday's game?
When I seen it, I was heartbroken. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't even talk on the stream. But I call the games every Sunday. But I do have hope for this offense. I believe if Jason Garrett opens up the playbook, the offense will be just fine.
Yeah.
If you look at the Galladay press conference, which I did a reaction to, I believe Galladay is going to have a big year. I believe that opened up some eyes. I believe that coaching staff saw his passion, and I believe they're going to get on the ball. I still think he has a chance to get a 1,000-yard season this year. What about 67 to 8 touchdowns? Because, our offense.
Which is kind of disappointing because he's supposed to be a red zone threat. So you expect more touchdowns.
Yeah, but we're an offense that loves to run. If you get what I'm saying, I believe the RPO is the best offense for this team as of now until we get Daniel Jones to be a franchise quarterback. But the RPO, he looks amazing when he's running that RPO.
I've seen some people suggest we should have a Ravens type offense.
No.
Yeah, what
he's
you say
not
about
Lamar
that?
Jackson. He's not twitchy.
He's not agile, is what I said. He's not quick. He's fast, but he's not quick.
He has straight line speed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anybody in the league that's going to hawk him down from behind unless he gets tired and slows up. But that dude's fast. There's no way he's a 4.8 guy like he ran at the combine. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
But that Killer Bees merch, is that your merch, Hub?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to cop me a shirt.
Hey, bet, man. That's what's up.
But the offense, I believe this offense is just fine as long as they open up the playbook. Like I said, that's the only thing that's been holding Daniel Jones back.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm so impressed, and I feel like it's being under-talked, the performance of the offensive line, given how much we were worried about them coming into the year.
Losing your best lineman to a broken leg, which was gruesome. I believe this offensive line is going to be good moving forward. I believe having an actual center at center helps. Even though I don't believe he's as good as a blocker as Gates, I believe Price fits this team good. I hate that we don't have Gates because Gates at guard was nasty, man.
I was going to say, I believe even though it was for maybe 1 or 2 drives, but that was probably going to be our best offensive line mashup.
I think the offensive line, bro, Gates was in there.
You had your two best linemen in Gates and Thomas on the left side. You had Price at center, Hernandez at right guard. He's been so and so his entire career, but he looks all right so far. And really, the weakest link was Nate Solder at right tackle. But still, I think that was the strongest lineup we put out there.
I really think in the future, I don't want to sound like I'm calling in the season, but in the future, I believe when Gates comes back and we draft a good right tackle, I believe this offensive line will be okay. I got to see what Perk does at guard because if he
They've been
plays
working them
good,
out there, right?
yeah, if he plays good at guard, that's going to open up a lot of things too. Because now he could be a swing tackle or swing guard.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we don't have faith in Hernandez, he might be able to replace Hernandez. So who knows?
We'll
But
see. He'd be a big guard though, and he's a big body.
yeah, he's a huge dude, man. But what do you think is going to happen against the Falcons, man? I
Well,
know
like I was
you
saying,
think we're going to win, but what do you think this
did you get to see the
defense is going to
Falcons
do?
game? Because I need some intel on that. I did not get to see the
The
Falcons. I'm gonna have to
Falcons
go look at
game,
highlights and stuff.
the Falcons game was weird. They started off playing just like Danny Green said they are who you thought they were. They were looking terrible. And then I think Tampa Bay released the reins a little bit and they started to pick up on things a little bit. Cordero Patterson is their best weapon. He's the running back. But you know he can do the kick return, he can play receiver. If you stop Cordero Patterson, you stop the offense a little bit. A lot of people don't know that Julio Jones meant a lot to them. Calvin Ridley is finding out what it is to be a number one receiver. He's seeing double coverages. He's getting frustrated. I don't think he's ready to be the prime receiver just yet. And I
How's
think that
what's his name? The rookie. How's he been doing the first 2 weeks?
which rookie?
Tight end. Pitts.
He's due to a breakout game, and he's playing the team that where
Where the defense
break out.
has not been good so far.
Yeah,
You know what? Actually, let me check that because week 2 is officially over. Before week 2 finished, I made a statement when I said the Giants may be currently the worst defense in the NFL when it comes to the amount of points we gave up. Let me actually check. Let me actually check where we are. All right, we're 25th in the league in terms of points that we've given up with 57.
We got to be pretty much down there, but I do believe if we stop Cordero Patterson and don't let Kyle Pitts get like 10 catches for 100 some yards, we should be okay on defense. I'm quite sure Bradbury should be able to handle Ridley, and he'll be switching on and off. And I think I'll let Adoree Jackson chase him if he's moving across the line of scrimmage. If he goes into the slot, I let Adoree Jackson take him in the slot. I believe that'd be a good matchup. Only thing that'll kill us against the Falcons, and I'm telling you now, is our pass rush. If we get no pass rush, Matt Ryan is still a former MVP. He might be a shell on himself, but he can still carve us
How's
up.
that O-line, though? Like, sometimes with a bad O-line is just makes a good pass rush. So how's the Falcons O-line?
Falcons O-line is better than ours. I'll tell you that. And it doesn't matter what O-line we play. If we can't get pressure, we can't get pressure on anybody. Our outside linebackers have no pass rush moves, Zimenez or Carter. I want to see Quincy Roche be pulled up to the main roster because we got to see what he got, man. Because I believe Lorenzo Carter and Zimenez have shown you what they are. They're just athletes out there running. I would put Lorenzo Carter in the middle of that defense. I'll put him at the other middle linebacker spot where opposite of Blake Martinez, and on passing downs, I put Lorenzo Carter at middle linebacker or have him blitz. And I got to have Peppers blitz more. I would have Peppers and Lorenzo Carter blitzing from various holes on the defense. I have Carter shooting a gap or a C gap, and I'll always have Peppers coming off that outside because he is, even though he's small, that dude's he's feisty. He can get underneath the lineman and put some pressure. All I want to see is pressure. I don't care if we get 6 to 7 sacks. If you get consistent pressure throughout the game, that's better than getting 1 to 2 sacks throughout the game. I'm telling you that now. A quarterback, you throw off the way he throws the ball. You throw off his time clock in his head. On certain downs, he might not even be getting pressure, but he'll throw it quick because he's used to getting that pressure. You speed up his time clock. We can't afford to keep having quarterbacks just sitting back there sipping pina coladas, waiting for their man to break open in that soft zone we run. And let's stop running soft zone.
I was about to ask, with that soft zone, what else are you changing? Like, something's got to change with this defense, I think.
I'm changing. When I go to this defense, I'm changing it. I'm sending heat, and I'm telling Bradbury and Adoree Jackson, man up. We're paying you $13 million and $15 million a piece. We brought you here to be shut down corners. There's no way I'm putting you in a cover 3 in a soft zone every play. No, you go out there and show me what you are. Because if you show me that you can't play what we need you to play, then we got to make some adjustments. That's the way we got to approach with this team as a whole. Show me what you are. Because we're babying this team too much, and you got players on this team that really shouldn't be on this team and is hindering the success of this team. Lorenzo Carter, he's shown you what he is. Stop putting him out there like he's a top pass rusher. He's not. Stop putting Zimenez out there as a top pass rusher. He's not. He's not going to get pressure. Leonard Williams, I don't know if you're getting comfortable, but you got to turn back into Leo. Like you said, Dalvin Tomlinson was only one man, so he shouldn't be that bad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I definitely take back what I said initially, where I think it will be no hit. I think there should be a hit, but as a hit to the point where we're genuinely one of the worst defenses in the league right now, no one player is ever worth that much.
We got the same people from last year, minus Dalvin
improved
Tomlinson,
secondary.
And an improved secondary. You mean to tell me we're going to go from the 9th rank down to the 25th to the 26th? Something ain't right. Patrick Graham, get your stuff up, man.
And as bad as those outside linebackers are, like you were just saying, they're still better than the 7th round picks we were running out last year.
Right. And and it's disappointing because the way I'm telling you, the key to this defense, why we're so bad, that pass rush is so bad to where our DBs have to be on that field and guard the receiver for 6 to 7 seconds, and that's just not
that's like impossible.
NFL. That's just not going to happen in NFL. You don't know where the receiver is going, and if they're running around like banshees and the quarterback's able to just sit there and wait for them to break open, it's going to happen. Like I said, I can throw some of those passes Heineke was throwing, and I'm dead serious because he was not being pressured. When we get pressure, we get 3 and outs. Every time we got pressure with this defense, we got 3 and outs. You know why?
We only got pressure on the first 2 Washington drives, and then it disappeared.
And they were 3 and outs. And then after that, they made adjustments, and Patrick Graham didn't make adjustments.
Exactly.
And that's why we are getting killed. His only adjustment is, let's go to a cover 3 then.
Real quick, let me get this super chat because I agree with basically everything you're saying right now. Shout out to Tudo for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it, my man. He says, salute Kush and the big boss Pat. Drop by your office to pay our proper respects, and for all Giants fans, slap all Eagles fans and losers. They were losers this week, so I'm happy for that. Giants, listen, we only 1 game out. Well, let's not even get us out. We're going to continue with the defense. A shout out to Cody Jensen here, Lord Commander Manny, is that Super Copperlight? Bark Nasty and Vin in here as well. This is what Bark Nasty is saying. He says, I'm telling y'all, we played bad teams and backup quarterbacks last year. Graham and the defense were overrated coming into the season. I think we're in trouble. They need to prove me wrong. I also agree that we're probably a little bit overrated. But once again, it's like the same thing with Dalvin Thompson, where I'm like, I cannot see that we were overrated to the point where we were one of the worst teams in the league. But because of the teams we played, we were one of the best. That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Sense.
I would agree. So, like, let's say I think that maybe we were probably the 12th instead of the 9th ranked defense last year. But no, we're not the 25th like we are right now. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to put it on coaching. And yes, the players have to perform as well. But it goes back to what Pat is saying. Their O-line adjusted to stop what little pass rush we were getting, and then we did not adjust to that.
I mean, so if we played such bad teams last year, wouldn't they have shown when we played the Seahawks, shouldn't they have blown us out with our backup quarterback? When we played the Seahawks, who were probably the number 1 ranked offense at the time when we played them and we shut them down, Seahawks would have ran all the way through us last year, and we had less pieces last year. You know what? You know what's changed? They went into the season thinking that it was going to be like last season. They got smacked in the mouth by the Broncos, and now they're doubting themselves. You can see it in their faces. You can see it in the way they played. Peppers was all over the field last year, man. They were confident. They were strong.
I was going to say, yeah, Pepper. Let's talk about Jabril for a hot second. I'm going to pull up his snap count, but I haven't seen him on the field that much this year. And from when we did see him on the field, he looked kind of bad. So let me actually pull up Jabril Pepper's snap count. But what do you think about him so far? Because last year he was like one of the MVPs of the defense.
I believe he's fighting with himself. I believe he's losing snaps, and he's wondering why, and he's not playing up to his potential. What he
So to
has
give
to
you an
do,
idea, week 1 he played 45% of the snaps. Week 2 it was high, up to 80% of the snaps. But like I think we could both agree he didn't exactly have a good week 2 game.
no, I mean, he's looking like Landon Collins in coverage. He
Mm-hmm.
just looks like a faster Landon Collins, but he's not as strong in the box as Landon Collins. So, and we already got 2 safeties. So it is what it is, man. I believe they have to come up with a better game plan to use him to his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing with Lorenzo Carter. I believe you should bench Zimenez, period. Bring in Roche and let Roche get Zimenez snaps because Zimenez has shown you
So what are you doing with
exactly
Aziz
who
then?
he
You're just
is.
leaving him as backup snaps?
Yeah, Aziz is getting backup snaps. He's a rookie. We need
So
him
is
to
Quincy
come.
Roche though, but you're giving him more snaps than your second round pick Aziz.
I'll say this. I give Aziz Zimenez snaps and
Yeah,
let
and
Roche
then give
get the
Roche.
snaps that
I agree with
Aziz was
that a little
getting.
bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, let me clear that up a little bit because Aziz is the only one that's showing heart to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to learn a little bit more
He has
pass
a lot to
rushing.
improve on as well because like
Mm-hmm.
even though he got 2 sacks in 2 games, which sadly is our only 2 sacks on the season as a team, you know, one of them was a coverage sack. The second one was a little bit better, but like he's still very raw, which we know about. We notice about him. He's gonna be a raw player. He's very young. He's gonna take a little bit of time to develop, but like he's showing potential. At least he's showing flashes.
Right. And you got to give him another full off season and work on his moves and everything. I like what Aziz is doing. He's doing exactly what I wanted him to do. He's getting those sacks, that coverage sacks and everything. At least he's showing the ability to, hey, if you got good coverage out there, we can get a sack.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to have good coverage like that on every play, especially when people have film on you from last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Patrick Graham doesn't think people weren't going to look film on his defense.
Why did we
find out
spend
what we
$30
were
million
doing.
on the defense to run cover 3 zone? You know what I'm saying?
Because it doesn't make any sense. You're not getting any
That's what
pressure.
we're doing right now.
Yeah, you're not getting any pressure. So in your mind, you thinking, "Oh, I'll run a cover 3 and run a zone." Do you know any quarterback in the league in the NFL could carve up a zone with time? Only way you can run a zone like that is if you're getting pressure with those 4 defensive linemen, and you're speeding up that quarterback's process to where those receivers can't get into those holes.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not getting any pressure at all, so they just zip, 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 zip down the field. That's why you got 6-minute drives, 7-minute drives. He's just giving us a slow death. I'd rather go up there and blitz you all day and say, hey, Bradbury or Dory Jackson, do what you do. Make the quick tackle. When they give you a quick out, you go up there and make that tackle and hold them only to 3 yards. And let's get
until we could get a legit pass rush without the blitz. Here's the thing though, right? Here's why I really don't want to blitz because we've been blitzing, and when we blitzed, it's not even getting home. It's like we can't get pressure no matter what we do.
Because the blitzes that we're running on vanilla, they see it coming before it even gets up there. You have to be unique. You know who I loved as a defensive coordinator?
Who?
Rex Ryan. Mm-hmm. Rex Ryan's blitzes were amazing. I don't know if you remember Rex Ryan or not, if you're old enough to remember Rex Ryan.
Well, yes, with the Jets and the Bills.
Yeah, with the Jets, especially with the Jets. Those defenses with the Jets didn't have players all across the board like that, but they ran stunts and they blitzed from different areas and different angles. They'll show blitz with one corner on one side and the other corner that comes out of nowhere, confuses the quarterback. Oh, I got a hot route right here because this guy's getting ready to blitz, and all of a sudden he pulls back. But now it's a blitz from the other side. You told your line to shift this way, but it's really coming from the other way. Mm-hmm. And he gets in there scot-free and gets to the quarterback, maybe sack him or make him move out the pocket and try to throw on the run. That's what we do. We tell you when we blitzing and we send it right at you, and we don't have the players that could get past the lineman like that. Mm-hmm. And that's why the blitz, when we send a blitz, is like nothing. And it makes it even easier for them to get yardage. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they got that 2-play touchdown drive? We sent 2 blitzes and
that
they
was
get nowhere near them.
That was ridiculous. That doesn't happen on any good defense. I just want to say that no good defense has ever given up a 2-play, 17-second drive, 75-yard touchdown. Right. Like, that makes no sense. That's only a bad defense does that. Shout out to Yuri for the $2 super chat. He says, I don't know why we zone. This is not the Legion of Boom.
No, we're not the Legion of Boom by a long shot, but the Legion of Boom, they ran the cover 3 because they had Michael Bennett. They had, I forgot the other defensive end. They had the linebackers, right, Bruce Irvin. They got pressure with 4 people. That's why they were able to run cover 3. That's why Richard Sherman looked like the most dominant defensive back in the league because he already knew it was coming. You got to come to him, and you got to come to him fast because shit, you hold that ball too long, they're getting there. They had the defensive lineman to do that. Ravens back in the day, they had the defensive line to do that. Suggs, all those guys out there, you can run a cover 3 when you're getting pressure with 4. And another thing about this defense, I want to see Raymond Johnson in there a lot more because he wants it. He's hungry.
Is he currently on the practice squad? I think we demoted him or something right before the season on the
You might have
practice squad.
demoted him, but if he's on that 53-man roster, or if he's not, bring him up and give that man some playtime. Bring in the dogs, man. Hey, look. Hey, if these players are shell shocked to everything, let's bring in the Carter Coughlins. Let's bring in Cam Brown, man. He'll get in there. He'll rush that.
Yo, everybody loves Carter Coughlin and with good reason from last year, but I was more impressed with Cam Brown because there was like no expectations on him. And when we moved him to the outside, he always got in the backfield when he was rushing the quarterback.
Why not play Cam Brown? I mean, he can't do no worse than what Lorenzo Carter and Zimenez are doing. At least with Cam Brown, you don't have film on him because you're not worried about a Cam Brown. Who's Cam Brown? But let's put him in there and see what he does. Let's put him in there on pass plays, on passing plays where you know they got to pass. Let's put him in. Let's see what he does. I mean, it can't hurt. We're not getting in there in the first place. So let's put somebody in there. Let's put a dog in there who's fighting for playing time, who wants to get on that field on defense and don't have to go on special teams all day. You see how hard he plays on special teams? You're going to bring the same thing when you put him in there on defense.
Ah, damn. I didn't even know that, Adam. He says Cam Brown's been injured. Well, that would explain something.
Oh, Cam Brown's injured? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd rather have him in there. But I definitely want to see what Quincy Roche brings. I know what I'm getting out of Aziz. I'm getting full effort. He's a rookie. It's going to happen. I can't wait till Ellison Smith gets back to see what he brings. But that damn Lorenzo Carter and Zimenez, man, you already know what you're getting with them. You need to blitz Lorenzo Carter from the middle of that field because when he goes to that edge, I don't know if he doesn't have the power or the moves to get away.
It's the moves because, like, if you think back to that game, and I'll say this as a last thought before I get the next caller in. When you think back to the game, Pat, tell me when our rushers went up to the linemen, it's like they just stood there. They didn't have a second move.
Stonewall.
Exactly, they didn't have a second move.
It's like,
or like we know they have a second move, but for some reason they're not implementing it.
It's like they have no bull rush, they have no spins, they have no hand movement. It's just if I can't beat you with my speed, it's over with. And most linemen, they study film, they know what you're gonna do. Oh, this guy's fast, so he's gonna try to beat me to the edge. Let me go ahead and kick out real fast and put my hands on him, and I know I won. That's what it is. So you might as well bring in some different people and see what they got, man. Show me what you are. That should be the theme of this team. Going out through the rest of the season, show me who you are. So I can make adjustments with these 10 draft picks that I got next year if we bomb. And even if we do bomb, if Daniel Jones keeps playing like he is, that's still a good thing because now we know we can build around you.
Exactly.
That's why I want the offense built up. Show me who you are. Daniel Jones, show me who you are. I'll give you the reins to this offense. If you can prove that you can go out there and be a competent quarterback and be a quarterback that everybody's excited about, we got something. Now we know what to do. Show me who you are. That's the theme of this team this year.
Exactly. Pat, thank you for calling in. I agree with basically everything you've said. Guys, go over to his channel. Check him out. I believe Sunday has posted his link multiple times in the chat. Sub him up. Any last thoughts before I pop you out, man?
Shout out to Sunday. I also have merch too, if you don't mind. It's the Big Pat Sports Shop. Click the link in my videos, man. I got shirts, hoodies, masks, whatever you need. And I got to cop one of them Killer B t-shirts, man.
For sure. Can you post the link to your merch in the chat? That would be what's up. And what up, Adam? I see Adam in here as well. But you could go ahead and post the link to your merch in the chat, bro.
All right, man. You have a good show, Hub.
Peace out. Next up, we got Braden Bighart, then Rob, then Benny, then Miz, then BPS. Braden, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I was a couple days ago, at least.
Hey, man, those days really helped me recover.
Yeah, I'm just so bored just waiting for football. It feels like it's like Friday because we played 5 days ago or whatever, but it's Tuesday and it's just boring. Just waiting.
It feels long, man. That's all I could say.
I know I hate I love and hate Thursday night games for this exact reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's
But
up, man? What's on your mind?
Really, honestly, I've just been thinking like through these past however long days, when I after the first day at least, because the first day is always just anger, but after that, I really thought like Atlanta, because I'm pretty sure Evan Ingram's coming back against Atlanta. I think we all know that because it's 10 days rest, whatever. We have to put up like 35 points on Atlanta. We should put up 35 points in Atlanta. Let me rephrase that. We should put up 35 points at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I expect them to. And if we lose that game, it's going to be really bad. And I'm not going to say the season's over because it's never over, but it's going to be really bad. And you're going to have to pray to God you beat a team like the Saints or the Panthers or who else?
I mean, on that list right now after the Falcons, it's Saints, Cowboys, Rams, Panthers, Chiefs, Raiders, and then Buccaneers.
Yeah, you're going to have to try and get a win out of Raiders, Chiefs, Rams, and the Buccaneers. You're going to have to try and get a win. The most likely one is the Raiders, but they're looking good so far. So it's all like this is a must win if you want to make the playoffs, because I feel like if you go into the bye 4-5, 5-4, you have a really good chance to make the playoffs. Because our final, 4 or 5 games, you play the Bears, you play the Cowboys, you play the Eagles, and you play Washington. You could go 4-0 right there. Easily could go 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
So Atlanta is, in my opinion, it's a must win. And also, we have to win for Eli. We have to do that.
Yeah, nobody mentioned that yet. I think somebody in the chat did, but that's Eli's jersey retirement game. We cannot lose.
That's going to be so
against
bad.
Atlanta. That's not happening, man.
It's home. Yeah, well, obviously it's home. But yeah, like we're home. I feel like the Eli jersey retirement is going to give them extra motivation. I feel like they're going to come out angry. They're going to come out pissed. They're going to be hungry for a win. And I think they're going to blow out Atlanta. I honestly think.
I don't know about that.
Wait, when I say blow out, I mean like 2 scores. 2 scores.
Yeah, I still don't know about that, bro.
I'm saying 2 scores. I'm going to stick with that. 2 scores. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be a close game the first half, and then the Giants are just going to pull away. My opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I hope happens. Not what I think is going to happen.
I hope that happens as well, but with the way this defense is right now, I can't bet on it. And we're going to have to see. Another thing we got to realize is that was the best game from our offense in this regime. We got to see it be repeated before I have complete confidence in it, being a stable thing going forward.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like it could at least continue at least one more game because we're playing a really bad defense in Atlanta. So I feel like we could easily put up 30 points.
I mean, if we can put up 29, technically we should have been 37 36 against Washington. We should be able to do the same against Atlanta. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You could be looking at a really high scoring game. But I know the defense is very worrying right now, but I do feel like they're going to get it together after these 10 days. I feel like Joe Judge and Patrick Graham are going to sit down. They're going to have a conversation about what's working, what's not, figure it out. I feel like we are going to see a lot more press man. I feel like you're going to see James Bradbury pressed up against Calvin Ridley, making him uncomfortable. I feel like you're going to see Kyle Pitts get doubled more than not. I feel like that's going to be something. I got a question
for you, though.
Yeah.
What if you don't see these changes?
Then I'm really worried. I'm how
do you react as a fan if we continue to run a lot of soft zone and stuff like that?
If we win, I'm not going to care until the next day. Then I'm going to look at the film. I'm going to go back and rewatch the game. I'm going to try and figure out what Patrick Graham soft zone does have a spot in the NFL. It does.
It's not like it doesn't have any, but it's like we've been using it too much, I think is what the problem is.
I don't have a problem with zone, but like you and Big Pat were talking about cover 3. We are not the Legion of Boom. We are not. We're not. I do like zone coverage though, but I'd much rather play cover 3, cover 2, cover 1, whatever you're going to run. But instead of 15 yards off, play them 5 yards off. I don't understand. Dude, you can run the same defense. Just put Bradbury, put Adoree, put Darnay, pull
closer
him up.
to the receivers.
Yeah, put him 10 yards up. So Because the quarterback, you saw Heineke last game, he's going to see that you're playing 15 yards off. He's going to audible to like what he did to McLaurin on a touchdown, to like a slant, like an easy pitch and catch. You can't make the quarterback's job easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Matt Ryan, he's a veteran. He's going to see it. He might not be as good as he was in 2016, whatever, but he's a smart quarterback. He's going to see, oh, they're running the soft zone. Calvin Ridley, run a drag, run a dagger, run a slant, whatever. And they're gonna carve us up. The death of 1,000 cuts. It's gonna be. I hope that's not what happens. I don't think so.
No, I hear you, and I definitely do hear you. And there was Mark Primetime in here. Shout out to him, a Cowboys fan. He says the problem is our defense. We banked on the defense based off 2020. Teams have tape, and it's time for our coaches to make adjustments, which is exactly what we're talking about right here. We need the adjustments to be made, man. And what a wild child in here as well.
But yeah, a lot of Giants fans have talked about this before, and I completely agree. I feel like because Patrick Graham blitzed a good amount last game again, and I feel like in my opinion, this is my opinion. You can disagree. Anybody in the chat can disagree, but in my opinion, I think the strategy should be from the 20 to like mid, like 50 to the 40 of like our side. I mean, they should be very aggressive. They should be blitzing. They should be pressing. They should be doing that. But if they get past like the 40 in the field goal range, then that's when you can start playing a little bit more soft zone, bend but don't break like we did last year. Hold them the 3.
I'm still, it's like I told Big Pat as well, I'm still not about to say we should be blitzing all the time because we've been blitzing a good amount and it just isn't getting there. Now, he had a point where it's like we need to mix up the blitzes, call something like, I don't know, call a fake safety blitz, throw some stunts in there and stuff like that. But our blitzes haven't been working. And I don't know, man. There's going to have to be changes to the pass rush in general. It all comes back to the fact that we're not having a pass rush right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it.
And you guys brought up, I want to see Jabril Peppers blitzing a lot more because you have 3 safeties. You have McKinney, you have Logan Ryan, you have Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers is the best when he's down, he's in the box, he's playing like a sub linebacker and he's blitzing. That's when he's at his best. Not when he's playing manned up against a linebacker a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him blitzing a lot more. I want to see him confusing the quarterbacks even if he's not blitzing, coming up to the line, making the quarterback make adjustments, thinking he's going to blitz and then back him off. I want to see stuff like that. That's what we did last year. That's why, like, Jabril Peppers like 3 sacks or something like that. He was like second in safety sacks behind what's his name in Seattle?
Adams.
Yeah, Adams. He was like second. I'm pretty sure. Like he was up there, and that's one of the reasons our defense was so good last year. Well, our defense was good last year because you're confusing the quarterback by sending safeties, corners, which we have been sending corners. I've seen Darnay. He had a pressure in the first game, whatever. But that's probably one of the better things you could have done to confuse Heineke.
Mm-hmm.
Is sending more like safety cornerback blitzes instead of just running like the. I wouldn't say. I was gonna say instead of sending these like predictable blitzes, because obviously blitzes. Oh, unless I don't really know. Actually, I don't really know, but that's what I want to see.
Shout out to Joseph Clark for the $2 super chat. He says, "I'd be shocked if Graham doesn't make adjustments." Hey man, I would be as well, because once again it goes back to them having 10 days. If he doesn't, it just matches with the theme of the year so far, where it's like, in my opinion, it's been a lack of adjustments from the coaches. Adam, I agree with you. He's like, where's Leonard Williams, bro?
Oh yeah,
where's the man
100%.
we paid a lot of
so
money
much
to?
Money.
Where is he? And I don't care that I don't have any stats up on my screen right now. I'm recalling from memory the eye test. I'm not noticing him in games at all. He's gone. He's like a ghost right now.
He should have had a sack on Heineke, but it would have just been like a covered sack either way. It's like the play where Heineke is pressured from the edge and he steps up in the pocket. Leo gets hit from one of his players in the Heineke, misses the tackle. Heineke just runs for however many yards, whatever. But yeah, he's just been nowhere. The first game he had like 2 pressures, whatever. But besides that, he's just been nowhere. I don't know if he's getting double teamed or what. But even if you are getting double teamed, you have to do something. You're getting paid top 3 defensive lineman money. Like you have to do. You see Aaron Donald. Like I'm not comparing him to Aaron Donald, but I'm saying he eats up double teams. and he still finds a way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
And another good question Adam posed, which I also answered earlier: do we miss Dalvin Tomlinson? Yes,
yes,
but I think people are overblowing how much
yes,
we miss him.
yes, I
Dalvin
completely
Tomlinson
agree.
being on is not the sole reason for this defense performing the way it's performing. But yeah, obviously he affects the D line. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Because he was pushing the pocket. He was a presence that team pay attention to, and thus them paying more attention to him means Leo is a little bit more free to get to the
and Blake
quarterback.
Martinez.
But yeah, the fact that his run stuffing helped out Blake Martinez as well. But the thing is, that's where it ends. He's not the reason that we're out here blowing coverages. He's not the reason that the team is out
Yeah,
here playing 15 yards off. He's an
exactly.
effect, but he's not the complete reason. I feel like people are blowing it out of proportion as to why this defense is performing terrible right now.
Yeah, I do completely agree. I feel like he had a big effect on Leo. He had a big effect on Martinez, Tay Crowder, who is having a good season so far, in my opinion. Tay Crowder's been playing really well, but he had a big effect on like the Bucs. But he's not the reason that James Bradbury or Dory Jackson are just getting burned in man, and we're playing 15 yards off the receivers. That's not his. That's not the reason.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and
Oh,
it's too early to judge that last question too. It's way too early for me to see. I can't speak. For me to say which one of those two I'd rather have. It's
who?
we'll see. I still think a lot of it has to do with coaching and game plan. Adam says Dalvin Thompson or Dory Jackson. Well, to be fair, Dory Jackson's been our best cornerback this
Yeah,
year.
I would say Adore
Through 2
because
weeks.
it would have
3
been.
weeks, he's been our. I mean, through 2 weeks, he's been better than Bradbury so far.
Yeah, I didn't want to re-sign Dalvin, but I just don't know if we would have been able to make the money, especially since we got Galladay too.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much did he get paid? Like 10 million, something like that?
Who, Dalvin? Yeah, Dalvin
Yeah.
got paid like 10 mil, which was cheaper than I expected.
Yeah, he did say he'd take a pay cut to stay with the Giants, but I don't think we could have made the money like at all. Because we had to backload Shepard just to like have some cap into the season. Like, and we only have 3 million now. So it would have been nice, but it's in the past. We can't relive the past. We have to move on. We have to figure out new ways. We have to find the new Dalvin Tomlinson, I guess.
The thing is, one thing, and I said this last week as well, we're missing Tomlinson, but we're not having this conversation if we kept the guy in BJ Hill, who I think people are overlooking. As soon as he got in Cincinnati, he got 2 sacks in his debut game, and BJ was also a good run stuffer. I believe if we had Leo, BJ, and Dexter out there, nobody's even thinking about Dalvin Tomlinson. So I am personally more irked by the fact that we traded Hill rather than we let Tomlinson go, but that's just me.
Well, to be fair, if we didn't trade Hill, we'd be really screwed at our offensive line since
We
Gates
would be,
went
yeah.
down.
We would be.
Because who would fill in at center if we didn't have Billy Price? Like,
we'd have to throw Matt Skura in there, is what it would have been.
oh yeah, true. Yeah, which that'd be real. Well, it would have been better with 10 days, but yeah,
We'll see.
We can't look back in the past. Yeah, it's way too early to judge all this stuff. Like if we're maybe at the bye, then we can really determine like, oh, we really made a mistake paying Leo. We really made a mistake.
Yeah, it's like
BJ.
you need more games to judge. I'm gonna say it would be fair game around week 8. Honestly, week 8 week 9.
Our bye week's week 10, right?
Yeah, it's week 10 is our bye week.
Yeah, around like you said, like the week 8, week 9, week 10. Then that's when I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait. But around there, if Leo is still just struggling, not getting pressures, not helping in the run game, then we can rethink.
I mean, we also got to consider the fact, and I'll put this out there because for some reason nobody wants to think about it. Another fact people should consider, and I'm not saying this is true, is maybe Leo is a guy that just played for the money. That is something we should also consider.
Yeah,
right?
It is something that I worried about. I know a lot of other people worried about that he's just going to get his money and run. But I hope not. I really hope not. Because then we're going to be... He's here for, didn't they sign him for like 3 years, like 55 million, something like that?
No, it was a 3 year, 63 or 66 or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna be stuck with him for 3 years. So
yeah,
I hope not. Hope he gets it together. Patrick Graham make adjustments. Just get a win. Like I don't care if it's 2-0. Get a win in Atlanta or against Atlanta. I mean.
Exactly. Shout out to Luan in here, but Braden, let me get your last thought, or was that your last thought before I pop you out, man?
Last thought. Hope the Bears lose out. And the Giants win out.
Yeah, I'm with that, bro. You already know I'm with that. Have a good one, bro. Thank you for calling in, man.
No problem.
Before I pop on the next caller, right here is what I completely agree with it, because this goes back to my BJ Hill sentiment. Our interior D-line is no longer as deep as it used to be. Once again, if we let Tomlinson go and we just kept Hill, I believe this is not even a conversation. Hill was such a good player for us. He was still on his rookie deal, and I know we did end up trading for a person that became important because of injury because we started him at center this past week. However, that man BJ Hill is super underrated. We already know Thompson is underrated. Hill is almost even more underrated than him. That's what I'll say about that. Next up, Rob. What's up, man? How you doing? Oh, whoa. What's up? Speak again. I don't think I heard you. No, I cannot hear you.
Hold on. If you want to bring the next person, I'll try to figure
I
this
can
out.
faintly hear you now. Are you on maybe you need to be on another mic or something?
Hold on.
I bet. Let's see here. Yeah, Joseph, I want a convincing win against the Falcons as well. We should have kept Boat, Dalvin, and BJ. I mean, I agree. At this point, I don't think anybody should be talking about cap because when it comes to cap and cap space, we all thought we had zero going into this offseason. So I'm confident in saying there's a way we could have kept Dalvin. And you know what I mean? We found a way to sign people that we shouldn't have even been able to sign. So I don't think anybody could really argue with cap space right now. All right, bro. I see you, Rob. I'll pop you back in a little bit later. Next up, we got Benny. Benny, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I got the new background. So
Hey, I
even if
peep
you
it.
don't
I
like the
peep
green
it. A little
screen.
bit, a little showing a little bit more of everything there.
Yeah, but anyway, so we got this game coming up. I'm hoping we beat the Falcons. It'd be pretty embarrassing to be honest if we lose this one. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, I mean, here's the thing. If we lose this game, I mean, here's my first question. If we lose this game, are you like our season's done? You think, or what? Are
I
you gonna be saying
mean,
that?
I won't. I'm on. I don't know, man. If we lose this game, I'll say this. I find it very hard to see any game that we win with until like week 11 is over, because that stretch from 4 to 11 is tough, and it becomes way tougher if we lose against the Falcons. I'll say that.
Yeah, I would say it looks a little bit better now after week 2. Like the Saints, we all thought were like some like really good team. I don't think they're that good. But it's still gonna be tough. So I mean, like here's the thing: I think we win this game, but and the Falcons. But what do you think this defense is gonna like in this game? Because like. I mean, we've been pretty disappointing the first 2 weeks. We know the Falcons' offense isn't like that good though, or anything. I mean, I think they actually did decent, like their offense wise, did actually decent against the Buccaneers, but the Eagles were able to hold them pretty short. How do you think our defense does this game?
I can't say what I think they're gonna be. What I hope they're gonna do though is they had a lot of time to adjust. 10 days more than any other one. Was there any major injuries on defense? The only one that comes to mind is Adoree, but he played in both games and he played fine. So hopefully everybody that was probably a bit nicked up, they're all fully healthy. Patrick Graham has a little bit more confidence in him, and it just all comes down, in my opinion, to Graham making adjustments, changing it up a little bit. To the players on the front seven, putting in a little bit more effort and just doing something. Show me something in terms of pass rush. That's what I hope the defense does. I hope the defense can hold the Falcons to somewhere around 20, 25 points, which is a lot because last year we were holding teams to 17 and under. But this year it looks like we might be holding teams to 20, 25. I think if we could hold the Falcons to around 20, 25 and the offense repeats what it did last week, then we could get a win. And what up, Tana? Shout out to Tana in here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like here's the thing about our offense. I actually think our offense will have a really good game. I'm excited. I think this is the game where we get our two of our biggest pieces on our team going, and I think we got to get Saquon going and Kenny Galladay going in this one. Those two, I really hope we game plan for. The Falcons don't really have a good secondary. Kenny Galladay should be able to step up, and maybe this is a game where I like Sterling Shepard a lot. And he's been really impressive. But maybe this is a game where we decide let's focus over towards Kenny Galladay a little bit. And we'll still give the ball to Shepard and all, but we'll design some more plays also towards Kenny Galladay. Another thing I think is this is a big game. The Falcons have really not that good of a run defense. I mean, they have Grady Jarrett and they have Deion Jones, but like their team is not very filled as far as the defense. And so if Saquon and the offensive line like as far as run blocking, don't do good this game, that's gonna start to worry me because Saquon at this point I think he might even get full. I think he should probably get full carries this time. I think
Hmm.
I think
I think he should as well. Yeah.
and I think that if it doesn't work out, unless it's like some special reason or something like that, I think that could definitely be a big problem in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I like Saquon though, and I think he's gonna have a really good game this game. And hopefully the run blocking on the offensive line can get better. I was really impressed with our pass blocking last game. I mean, obviously it wasn't perfect, but compared to like for the past while, I mean, it was way better. And one thing about it is, at the end of the day, we did see what Daniel Jones can do with a good offensive line. Because, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I thought that might have been even the best offensive line Daniel Jones has seen in his career. Like the best.
Yeah, I'd say these
offensive line,
past two
one of the
games,
best.
the offensive line has been super stable. They've been really good in my opinion, impressive in pass protection at least. And they've provided DJ with really good pockets in time. You know what I'm saying? These past two games, but they need to step it up in terms of that run block. Shout out to Authentic in here as well.
But yeah, obviously we saw what Daniel Jones could do with the good pass blocking. We saw what what's it called? What we saw what Saquon could do when he got the holes. Because when he got the holes, especially the big one, I thought the best hole of the day by far was the one where he got the 40-yard run. Obviously, so we saw what he could do even when he's not getting full carries. And also, here's the thing: once he gets some more carries, the good thing with us also will be that the run blocking will obviously get more snaps and more attempts, which would mean there's a better chance of having more plays like that 40-yard run. And maybe Saquon can really get some big runs. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, the tackle play was definitely better as far as pass blocking, which I'm excited about. We saw what Daniel Jones could do and all. And I'm really happy about that. I was worried about Andrew Thomas. I'm not gonna lie. And that was, I think, maybe one of the biggest things I was wrong about. For this team, I thought Andrew Thomas. I didn't say he was going to be like the future, but I was getting a little worried about him. He was really disappointing in the preseason, to be honest. I wasn't worried about him last year.
Fast, man.
Stay steady. Game,
Stay steady, bro. I've been telling you all. Thomas ain't gonna be nothing to worry about.
Like, if he plays bad I was like, if he plays bad this season, it's gonna be tough. But and I was like, I don't know. I think he'll be okay this season. But he's definitely been really impressive, and I think he's gonna be a really good tackle in the NFL. As far as the right side, so what do you think about this? So are you going towards Matt Peart or are you going towards Nate Solder as far as starting? And also, do you think Matt Peart can be the future guy?
Well, I mean, right now they're out here working on Matt Peart at guard. So in terms of his future as a starting right tackle, I'm not sure if that spells any confidence for me. And another thing that doesn't really spell confidence for Matt Peart as a starting right tackle is the fact that for 2 weeks in a row he wasn't that. So they believe that Nate Solder is still the better option. So as of right now, I'm gonna roll with them and roll with Nate Solder, even though Solder in sometimes he looks terrible out there, bro. Sometimes he looks better than expected. Yeah. It seems like that's just the story of Nate Solder. But the coaches right now, and this is one thing I will completely trust the coaching staff, specifically Rob Sale, Pat Flaherty, Ben Wilkerson, and them boys in charge of the offensive line. I will trust them a lot because they've shown me something this year to trust them with, especially Rob Sale. He came in, and I think he has really done a good job with this offensive line. So I'm going to trust him if he says, as of right now, Solder's the better option to start.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and this is what I'm wondering about, because I remember actually a lot of people said this at the beginning when we drafted Matt Peart. People were saying, I heard some people saying, oh, maybe we could also play him at guard. Weren't people saying his arms were too long, or is that not true at all?
For Matt Peart?
He's too big to. Yeah, he was too long to play guard.
Well, I'm not even going to say that because let's not forget Nick Gates is a tackle playing center, and playing guard.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All I will say is that
Peart,
if Peart is successful at guard, he's going to be one of the biggest guards in the league.
Yeah, he probably will be. I think he has his potential at guard. I mean, I think he could be actually it will be definitely interesting to see him playing there. We'll see what really happens with him. As far as this defense goes, who obviously it's been disappointing, but has there been anybody that you've been really impressed with on the defense so far, do you think? Really?
Not really.
What do you think?
Not really. Nobody comes to mind. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When you ask the question, is there anyone I've been impressed with? No, I haven't been impressed by anybody in my opinion.
hmm Yeah, I mean, so also, what do you think about Xavier McKinney? Like, how has he been? You think?
Xavier's been kind of hit and miss for me. I mean, I like what I see from him sometimes, but then at other times he looks almost scared to tackle, which I was like, why are you scared to tackle, bro? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's been hit or miss. He's been hit or miss in coverage. He's been hit or miss in tackling. There's good things and
Uh-huh.
bad things. I just think he'd probably be a player that gets better with more time he's played or the more snaps he's played. You got to remember,
Yeah.
this is essentially like his rookie year, but we'll see what happens. I'm not disappointed by him. You know what I mean? I'll say that.
Yeah, Xavier McKinney. I mean, I like him a lot. I mean, it will be interesting to see. I mean, with the way Jabril Peppers has played this year, he might not get re-signed, to be honest. You know?
Jabril?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, Jabril, you think he'll get
I
re-signed?
mean, it was already speculation that we were gonna let him go because we
Yeah.
had a deep safety room in the first place. As of right now, it's looking like that's gonna be the thing. But there's time to turn it around. But I'll definitely say, as of right now, yeah, it's looking like Jabril might be gone. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I like McKinney a lot, though. I think, yeah, like people are saying in the chat, though. I mean, it is like his first year basically, so you got to treat him a little fair. But I mean, yeah, I think this team, the defense has definitely been disappointing. We're gonna see what happens with it. I'm hoping James Bradbury will be better. I mean, I don't know though. I thought Dory, besides that one touchdown he let up, which I don't know if it was necessarily fair because like he had a tight end on him. You know, I feel like Adoree Jackson had a nice game though. You know. But yeah, that's really it. I'm trying to think if there's any other things I have to say. I think Kenny Galladay is going to have a big game. I think Saquon hopefully also will have a big game. This team definitely has been disappointing, but thanks for having me on.
No problem, Benny.
All
Thank you for
right.
calling in as usual. Love the new setup. You can see everything in the background, bro. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.
Next up, Rob, is your mic fixed?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Bet.
All right, good. Sorry about that, man. I don't know what happened with the other mic, but seems like we're
No,
all good.
All good.
How you doing, man? It's been a while.
I'm tired. You know, last week I was tired and sad. Now I'm just tired, not necessarily too sad. What about you, man?
We can never have two things working at the same time, can we? Last year it was the offense. Now it's the defense.
Year before
it
that, it was the defense.
Right.
You know
we can never have two things. It's frustrating because we have enough talent on this defense to be really good. Maybe not the best we've ever seen, but top too much to ask when you have the same defense from last year with guys added to it. You know, like we added a better pass rusher in the draft. We added a better cornerback number 2 in free agency. So I don't know. I think everyone said it already. The soft zone, that cannot happen for a whole game. Like, Taylor Heineke should not be picking you apart the way he was. And I mean, as we're saying, goes back to 2012. Yeah, he's right. Goes back to 2012 with one unit holding back the other. It's even been before that. You want to go back to like 09, where the Giants had a good offense but had bad defense. So, I mean, it's just been a back and forth thing, and they could never get it going at the same time. But I think if there's any positives we can take out of these two games, it's got to be Daniel Jones. He's, aside from that fumble, I think he's looked great. You know, and again, it's still early. A lot of people a lot of things can change, but right now, like Pat said earlier, if that keeps happening throughout the season, we're not going to have to worry about quarterback going into the draft. And with 2 first-round picks, we can really fix whatever holes we might have on the offensive line, defense, whatever it may be. So,
real quick, I just want to say, Roberto, I want to know where you're getting this information from, because I don't know if you see this comment here, Rob. He says the coaches favor Logan Ryan and Bradbury favors Jabril. Ryan's getting the snaps. We used them both in tandem last year, though, is what I'm confused by. But yeah, go ahead, man.
No, I mean, I think that if we win the season starts Sunday. That's how I'm going to put it. Our season starts Sunday. We're only one game back. Get a win. Hopefully we're all tied up at the end of week 3. And just restart. Try to forget about those first 2 games and just be better. Because I don't
My
think that's
thing
a team.
is,
I
bro,
don't think
how
that's
many
us.
times, and this is what I don't get for some Giants fans, how many times do we have to start 0-2 before they get a little bit angry as well? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of getting tired of saying we start 0-2, but it's like, oh, it's only 2 games.
Right.
Like,
And
okay,
I
like
think
starting 0-2 doesn't matter.
right. It always matters. But this year now, I think more people are a little like lenient about it because the extra game. But you can't start 0-2 and be like it's going to be okay because we did it once. 15 years ago, whatever 2007 was. But
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question for you because I've been
Yeah.
still seeing people complain about Daniel Jones, and I don't know why when I bring up Eli Manning's early career struggles, it's like I'm opening Pandora's box. It's like I'm not allowed to bring any criticism to Eli Manning, despite the fact that Giants fans were killing him. You probably weren't around for it, but I know Tana's in the chat. I know Authentic's in the chat. They probably remember this. Eli's first 3 years with the Giants, people wanted him out very quickly. And when I bring that up about Daniel Jones and how it's similar, it's like you cannot talk bad about Eli Manning at all. And I love Eli Manning. I grew up watching the dude play football and bring us 2 championships. But I don't know why that is. If I bring up those early, how the people reacted to those struggles and how they wanted him out, he was a bust. Get rid of him. I say they're doing the same thing to Jones. Give it time. He'll be okay. No. That's a bad thing. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Here's what I'll say. I also say it's a bad thing, but for a different reason. Because we're in a different league. When do you ever see any team giving any quarterback 5 years to see if they could work out? It doesn't work that way anymore. You could have whatever opinion you want on it. It's a fact. Teams give quarterbacks 2 to 3 years at most now on their rookie deal to see if they work out. That's how the NFL is. And you know what? To be honest, it's worked out just fine. If you can name a team in the NFL right now that doesn't really have a legit quarterback, it's not that many. I'd say at least 20 to 25 teams in the NFL have a quarterback that they're comfortable with. And in recent years, the past 5 years or so, rookie quarterbacks have worked out very well, I'll say. I'm not going to give you no type of arbitrary percentage or anything, but it's just the fact that we're in a different NFL. Of course, the best example I could give you is the Kyler Murray example. They gave their guy Josh Rosen 1 year, immediately replaced him, and it worked out for the better. You know what I'm saying? They gave Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, for some reason, some people still think is he the guy? I personally think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he seemed like he worked out from the get-go as well. It's just a different league. Back then, you could give any guy a boatload amount of time, and because quarterback development was a thing back then as well, you look at Aaron Rodgers that sat for 3 years, the development process changed. I think guys are developing a bit quicker and faster than they used to, and teams also have that expectations of you need to produce a little bit more immediately than you did, say, 15 years ago. It's just a thing of it's a different league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm just trying to say, like, the way New York was reacting to him, the fan base, how easily they wanted Eli out, despite the fact that he showed a lot of promise, but he also had a lot of turnovers. That's the only similarity I'm trying to bring up here with Jones and Eli. They both turned the ball over a ton, and the fans wanted him out really quickly. And then that all changed when he brought them a championship. Now, obviously, if Jones wins us a ring this year or next year, whatever it may be, then no one's going to ever want him out. But I just think that we're seeing it. We've already seen it with Jones. He has all the potential in the world to be maybe not better than Eli in his career, maybe not even the best quarterback in Giants history, but a good enough quarterback that can win us games at the NFL level. And if you put enough talent around him and defensively, what we have, we should be within the next 2 years at minimum, I think, a contender with Jones at the helm.
I think that Daniel Jones can be the franchise quarterback for this team. I think what it comes down to is whether or not ownership wants to give him that time, A. And personally, I do think he's shown enough to at least buy himself another year, so to speak. But B, also, like you said, if we can get the pieces that we already have to produce the way they should produce.
Right. We've given him the help. He got the help right now. You got him Galladay. Ingram should be healthy, our favorite tight end. The offensive line is, even with the Gates injury, hasn't looked terrible these last 2 weeks. I mean, Andrew Thomas certainly looks better despite what PFF said last week. Could we talk about PFF for a second?
Go ahead.
Do you see the grades they gave to our offensive linemen? But they graded our secondary well, but they graded our offensive line bad. I don't know
I
why
don't
people
understand
look at that
PFF,
so much.
and I'll say this because I try to be as consistent as possible with them. They're a great tool to use in your quote-unquote NFL analytics toolbox because they're like the only guys I know that study every single minute of every single game in the NFL, right? However, they also have a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know if it makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's some things they put out that's good. There's some things they put out that's bad. I have no idea how they could look at our O-line and our secondary and said that our secondary performed better than our O-line. I don't know about that. I think our O-line did an admirable job against Washington.
Yeah, definitely. You have something to build on. I want to see what Matt Parrott can do. I hate that I was right about Nate Solder. I said on one of your streams a long time ago, I think we're going to use Nate Solder more than people think. And he has started these first 2 weeks. And I hate that I was right about it because he looks bad out there. He's the weak link right now, and that's what we expected. I just wish we would – I'm hoping that if Parrott plays guard, maybe he works out there, but there's still going to be that big weak link on the right side if Solder's giving up easy pressure. You know, at least Jones can see it coming, and that can give him a chance to escape and run. But if Solder was on the left side and Thomas was on the right side and he's getting hit from the blind side like that, that's where all the fumbles are going to come from. I guess there's one positive about it, but I'd rather see Parrott play at right tackle. But since we're so thin right now on offensive line with Gates' injury, I guess they have no choice.
That's a good point. I don't know why that completely slipped my mind as a reason they might have been, trying Parrott right tackle. Maybe they just, right guard or guard in general. Maybe they just want to, see if we could get some depth out of him.
They got to develop him. They already said he was a project player. He showed us something last year. He was solid. And if they're not going to put him at right tackle, you might as well use him somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him play. And I think the offensive line's taking that next step. I think when Barkley gets more into that game mode, because it's been so long since he played, I think he'll be better. We saw that one explosive play last week. I think getting Ingram back potentially this week's going to open things up. And I hope they go out there angry, especially defensively. I want them to be angry. Play man up defense.
This defense needs to be more aggressive, like in every single definition of the word.
Absolutely. Bring pressure. I don't care who it's from. Jabril Peppers blitzing more, like Pat said earlier. That's a brilliant thing. Just use him because he's looking like a less version of Landon Collins right now. And that is not what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually McKinney's going to take that spot if this keeps up. But they got to find ways to be creative with the pressure, because if you're not bringing the pressure with the front four, you're going to get torn up like we did last week when you're playing soft coverage. Why are we having our top two corners play 9 yards off? Why is Bradbury
at one point on the
yards
stream
off?
with Kid Blue, I literally counted the yards. At one point, it was like 15 yards off. I'm like, what is happening here?
You can't have your number one corner 10 yards off the number one receiver,
Mm-hmm.
And the one time that he wasn't really playing so far off, and he was actually kind of, a little bit more man up. He jumped the route, got the interception. We just didn't see Graham make any adjustments in game. I'm not, no halftime adjustments. I don't really believe in that. Even Eli and Peyton on the broadcast the first week, they said that doesn't really happen. No such thing as a halftime adjustment, but you need to make in-game adjustments. Hey, we're getting beat on the soft zone. Why don't we try something different? And they just didn't do it. We got that 2-play drive where they went 50 yards and then the 30-yard touchdown, whatever it was. That right there was just a perfect example of why our defense was not working.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't make any adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully with this
it's
week,
on Patrick,
dealing with a guy like Pitts.
It's on Patrick Graham and his defense, unfortunately and surprisingly, the first 2 weeks. And obviously Judge as well, because he's the head guy. So those three entities are going to have to show up on Sunday against Atlanta.
1,000%. I think they will. I think we need to. If we go 0-3, this schedule coming up, it's going to be brutal trying to get a win because going to New Orleans, we never play well in New Orleans, no matter who they have at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Never play well there. And
Exactly.
then we have Dallas coming up, and their offense is always good for a ton of points, especially if our defense can't bring pressure. So, yeah, we have to get the win this week, and then hopefully that just gets them rolling.
I agree,
Kanan
man.
said must win.
And once again, it's like it's Judge, it's Graham, it's the defense, which means the players themselves. Because at the end of the day, they, like I said, I want to see a little bit more, just better play from them in general. I want to see better tackling. I want to see better eyes on the field. You know what I'm saying? It's really, it's not exactly like a thing where you could blame one person or one entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a collective blame, really, because all the coaches, players. I mean, it's not like the offense was perfect Thursday night, but they were good enough to win the game. That was the best game we've seen from Garrett and Jones since we got them.
He's bitter,
yeah. Kadarius Toney should be playing more. I don't know why he's not on the field more. He is. Well,
he is playing. It's just that he should be targeted. He's on the field. He's just not targeted at all.
Why is CJ Board on the field costing us a 45-yard touchdown run? What is he doing out there?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we saw enough of him last year, but that killed me. Seeing Jones break off that run and then knowing it was going to get called back, and of all the people, it was CJ Board to come at the penalty. And that game last week was just, we've seen it every year. There's always that one heartbreaker.
For me,
last year was
a lot of Week 5 Dallas last year.
Yep. And I think because of the Slayton drop, I keep having flashbacks to Philly last year with Ingram. And it's just, it happens every year. And I just hope to have a very short memory, go out there Sunday, win it in front of the fans, win it in front of Eli, and go out, get a freaking win, because we need to.
Exactly.
We just have to win.
We just got to get it. Rob, thank you for calling in, though, man. Any last thoughts before I pop you out, bro?
No, subscribe to the Hub. Your content is always great. Hopefully we see more of those skits, and let's go Giants.
You had to bring it up, man. I couldn't make one last week because it was packed. It was a short weekend, and this week is just school. But I'm going to try and bring it back next week for y'all, though. But thank you, Rob. Have a good one, man. Next up, we got Miz. Miz, what's up, man? Wearing a Bama. Is that a long sleeve tee or a sweater?
Yeah, it's a long sleeve. That's one of my favorite. I wear it at night to relaxing.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? No, I'm all right. Everything's all right.
We good.
We winning Sunday. That's it, man. We don't have to waste time. We go right into it. We are winning this game Sunday. Because the Giants showed you something last week. They definitely showed us something. Yeah, all right. They ripped our heart out. We know how that feels already. That's nothing new. But Daniel Jones told me that Daniel Jones can overall a football game or running the game. I liked everything I saw about it, So I took a little positive out of it. And as much as everyone wants to say we blew the game, the refs definitely helped us blow the game. Let's put it that way. So,
like they said in the chat, that holding penalty. Yeah, that holding penalty was on board was kind of iffy. I don't think that should have been a holding penalty. And then there's speculation. I think that Dexter Lawrence was upsized, but if I was going to blame the refs for anything, it would be the holding penalty.
Yeah, but the refs already admitted that was a blown call on Dexter.
They did? I thought the NFL said it wasn't.
I heard the refs admitted something like that in some roundabout way.
All right, then.
Listen, you saw the video, man. You really have to go really out of your way to throw that flag and wait to see if the ball missed the field goal.
The reason I think Dexter is out of bounds is if you play it from the side angle, offside. You play it from the side angle, he is offsides. He's over the ball when you play from the side angle.
That's a tough call to make.
What I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, Hub? That's a tough call to make. Are they calling that against Tampa Bay? Let me ask you that.
Like I said, the one call I'll say. No, but I said this. If I'm going to blame the refs for anything, I don't know why people are ignoring the CJ Board call. That's not a holding call.
No, that was one of the tackiest calls I've ever seen. But the thing is, like we've said, and a lot of people understand this about football, when you're losing with the refs also. You know what I'm saying? When you're losing, everything that's wrong
always have that happen, man.
Yeah.
Only bad teams.
You're not going to get the benefit of the
bad
call.
teams lose.
Yeah. You're not getting the benefit of the call. When you're a loser, you're a loser. The refs don't respect you. And when you're a winner, you get a couple extra flags your way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're a winner. Like, let's just use Tom Brady. He gets anything he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna go yell at the ref, and he's gonna get it on the next drive. You know what I mean? So the Giants got to change their ways, man. It's time to start winning football games. There's no more excuses. You can't be dropping balls in your hands. I don't care if it's an inch further than where you like it to be. You got to catch that ball, man.
That's the saddest excuse I've seen because that ball hit him in the palm of his hands, man.
Yeah, right. Listen, man. I saw that, and I jumped up like it was a touchdown, and then I grabbed my head. I couldn't believe it. And you know what? That if you go back and play the tape of me last year, I did the same exact thing when Ingram dropped his ball. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you know when you drop that ball, right? You're thinking in your head, we're going to lose this game somehow now. You just know it. You just feel it. You just feel like that was the win. You dropped it. Now you're going to lose. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of seeing it. But and
I gotta
you
ask
guys
you
are
what you
talking
think
about
about
0-2. Go ahead.
I gotta
Sorry.
ask you what you think about Judge so far, 2 weeks in.
I have nothing against Judge. It's way too early, man. You can't be like you got fans that are sick in the head. You know, I want to get rid of Judge. I want another coach. Listen, what do you want? A new coach every 6 months? What do you think? This is a game? This guy is building a team, a culture. There's gonna be some downs and ups. Everyone loved him last year. Now with 2 games in this year, they want to throw him under the bus. Just take it easy. Let the man have the season, and he's not gonna be gone after this season either. You know, so let's be realistic now. You know,
What's your answer to he should be more aggressive?
what's my answer to who?
He should be more aggressive. Yes or no?
He should be?
Yeah. Yes or no to that question?
In what way? I don't understand the question.
Should Judge be more aggressive as a head coach?
Well, he is already, isn't he? I mean,
I wouldn't say that.
He's not? Well,
No.
then I'm misunderstanding it. He's intense. He's old school.
No. When I say I was talking about, for me, we took way too many field goals when we should have went for the try and convert the 4th down is what I'm talking about.
Okay, so when they got the interception, right, they should have taken a shot. Right? And you want to run the clock.
Also in the second quarter, I think it was a 4th and 2, and I thought we should have tried and convert it, but we took the field goal.
Here's my thing with that, man. You brought a big receiver in here, okay? And this is part of the reason why he maybe lost it for a quick second. And it's not really like him to do that on the sideline. But I believe he came here to break the losing, and he wants to be one of the main reasons why we break the losing. He didn't come here to let's just join the losing train and keep losing. So you got to get this guy the ball. Now, I know they target him 8 times, but they're not targeting him when it matters, and they're not throwing
I'm glad you bring that up. I made a tweet a couple days ago that said you can't sign this guy as your number 1. He's great at what he does, and you don't use him in crunch time. And now we got some stats to back it up. Here's how many targets Kenny Galladay had in the 4th quarter. 1.
Yeah.
1 target in the 4th quarter against Washington.
And
that doesn't make sense to me. You got to give him more targets. Yeah, to Kenny Galladay. You have to throw him the ball more.
Yeah.
You can't just give him 1 target in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
That and on third downs, he had 0 targets, by the way, on 3rd downs.
Right. And then you want to know why he's biting his lip to flip off on the sideline. Because you brought me here to go get you games. And you don't throw him the ball in the big moments. You shouldn't have thrown the slant to Shepard. You should have taken a shot one-on-one to Galladay down the sideline, okay? There's 2 things that could happen. He out-jumps somebody for a touchdown, or he gets a flag. I know he didn't get a flag earlier in the game when he should have. But those are the things you do with your big-time receivers. The Giants got to learn to start believing that they could win games and go after the win instead of sitting back and playing scared, because they did it against Washington at the end of the game. They played scared. Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said when I think the team and the coaches need to be a bit more aggressive.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
And then Authentic brings up a great point. Now we're talking about discipline. This team, as Joe Judge preaches, should not have 11 penalties like we did that game.
Yeah,
it was sloppy.
Very bad game. And you can't be having these late hits by Holmes. You know, these 15-yard penalties is just stupidity. You're getting frustrated. You're losing. I get it, man. But, listen, we gave that game away, man. We should have won that game by 10 points or more, man. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen us do this also every year. We do this a couple of times a year. You know, listen, we're 0-2. It's early. I'm not off the train. Listen, you know what's funny? I think we'll be in Atlanta this week. I think we're gonna walk away with the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll give you 2 predictions for Sunday. The Giants defense is gonna show up big time. We're gonna get last year's Giants defense. And number 2, Kenny Golladay gets his first touchdown.
I just realized he doesn't even have his first touchdown as a Giant yet. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah.
That hit me like a freight train.
And then if we do get this win, the way we should get this win, I believe we can go to New Orleans and shock them next week. And we have a brand new season at 2-2. I really believe that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan. Because you know I've been hard on them. I believe we can win these next 2 games. You just got to get one.
I'll tell you this: if we somehow even it out and get to 500, that's a lot of confidence back right there. Not just for the fans, but for the team. You know what I'm saying? Think about how the team will feel if they somehow even it out at 500.
Yeah, you start rolling, you start winning, and you beat a big team in their home that you thought you could never play with. You get a win like that, and we did it to Seattle last year. It was just a little too late. But you start doing this, and your confidence gets going. You know, football confidence, momentum goes a long way, man. Especially in our division.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Then we play Dallas. Look, honestly, if I told you we win a Sunday against Atlanta, right, and we split the following 2 with the Saints and Dallas, let's say we split those, end up 2-3, we're still in a decent place.
Mm-hmm. It honestly all depends what Dallas is gonna do, in my opinion. Are you still there, Miz? I think I might have lost Miz. He's buffering out. In the meantime, let me talk to the chat. Hopefully, he's back when I finish responding to some of these comments. Yeah, man, I completely agree right here. We cannot be that undisciplined. 6'4", throw to fade, sideline, all of that. He says we're losers and we coach like it. And the same reason some fans are cool with 0-2. I don't think any fan is cool with 0-2. You definitely know I'm not. I am really disappointed in this team, but if a win on Sunday could go a long way. I'm not about to sit here and say it changes the whole season, but it could go a long way is what I'll say. Back-to-back penalties on our tackles, knocked out of field goal range, bunch of mistakes. That drive, when we got the throw to Darius Slay, he dropped it. Yeah, we had back-to-back. That's that same drive. We just failed to do anything else after that throw. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then Mark Primetime says, in my opinion, Garrett saw Romo force the ball to T.O. and Dak forced it to Dez. I believe he tells DJ not to force it and to throw it to who's open, but he's your number 1 wide receiver. He needs the ball early. I don't know if that's the case, but I've been on record saying give the ball to Golladay in crunch time. That's what I'll say. And hopefully this game he gets back to it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this game he has that quote unquote breakout game that everybody's been waiting for him to have. Miz, I'm gonna see if you could pop back in. I just put it back in there. Joseph is out. What's up, Joseph? Have a good one, man. I know this man is in I think he's in high school or middle school or one out of the two, man. Sleep well, bro. Have a good one. We're just gonna wait for Miz here. I'm gonna give him a couple minutes. Let's see here. 5 years of this straight garbage. Listen, you're not wrong. And that's why I'll say I'll never I understand fans that are completely angry right now. I feel your pain because I'm right there with you. 0-2, to start 0-2 just feels really bad. I'll say that, man. I'll just say that. Let's see here. Anybody in here think Tom Brady tells the Bucks the season starts week 3? That's a joke. I don't think so either, man. I don't think so either, but it's faith. It's faith. Sometimes I feel like you can't blame fans for wanting to have faith in their team. AP says, I've said it a lot, but Jones will turn the corner if he could beat a good team, which means the team will turn the corner if Jones does. I hope so. I'm not sure. I hope so. And then Miz says, go on. My bad, but my prediction is 27-13 Giants on Sunday. That would definitely need to be the defense from last year. I'm going to have to see a lot more before I could say something like the defense performs like it did last year. I honestly think if we could hold the Falcons to 20 or 25, I think people are underestimating their offense a little bit. But if we could hold them to 20, I think we have an extremely good chance of winning the game. We hold them to 25, then it might turn into a little bit of a shootout. But guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm a little bit tired. We're heading right there on that 90-minute mark. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all the callers for calling in. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Nerding on Sports, Joseph Balby, AP, Evan Spitzberg, Miz, Authentic. Go over there, check out his channel. Chris the Entertainer, obviously everybody knows him. Go out there, check out his channel. Yo, Adam, my guy, I'm really ending it out, and you pop in, bro. What's up, man? Get it out quickly.
I didn't mean to pop in if you're ending now. I saw
Nah,
the links.
I already popped you on, bro. Let's go ahead, man. Let's get this. Let's get this, man. What's up?
Yo, man, I'm just excited for the game now. I mean, I'm over the loss. I got to keep moving on, and let's go get a win for Eli Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we need to do. We need to feed off the alumni's energy. That crowd is going to be 1 o'clock game. People are going to be lit. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to want to see Eli Manning. We're going to need to come out there and perform well.
What game is the quote unquote 10-year anniversary game for the Super Bowl 42? I mean 46. Is there a game for that?
There's just a whole season. It's kind of like the culmination.
No, because I know one game we're wearing the quote unquote uniforms.
Oh, I think that might be on Monday night. One of the Monday night games they're playing.
Oh, okay then. Okay, so that's way later in the season. All right, but then we're gonna need to feed off that alumni energy.
I mean, we got a lot going on this season. Michael Strahan's getting retired. Eli Manning's getting retired. But this game, I'll make it quick. Giants need to win. Let's go eat up some Falcons on Sunday. Let's go roast them. Let's go, man. I'm tired of losing. We sit here all week and we're waiting for 10 days for this team to come back. Let's just positive vibes, man. Let's trust this coaching staff. Remember, they're young. They're 18 games into their career, Joe Judge. So he's going to make mistakes. We forgot that because last year the Giants were so bad, so was the NFC East. We just thought, oh, well, here we go. We're going to jump right into this season. So let's see if he can make some adjustments. I'm really focusing on Judge this week because if he can't get this team rallied, if he can't shore up the issues with having 10 days off, then maybe he can't be the guy going forward. But we'll see. But anyways, Eli Manning, let's get a win for him. First game was against Atlanta. His jersey's getting retired against Atlanta. It's very fitting.
Playoff game in 2011 against Atlanta.
Oh yeah, let's not forget that. The Dirty Bird special. Hakeem Nicks' best game as a Giant, man.
Yeah, 24-2.
Thanks for having me on. Sorry about popping on late. Enjoyed the show. See you guys later.
No problem, Adam. Always a joy to have you on, man. Hopefully we could get you on here a little bit earlier next week. But guys, I already did the outro, so I'm gonna just head out. Thank you all once again for tuning in, for calling in. Have a good one. Go G.